everyone, welcome back to Emotional Self-Mastery. I'm Danielle Gaudette and today is our Q&A session. So I'm looking forward to it. It's our first Q&A episode and I want to thank all of you who posted comments and I got a couple of questions. So I'll be addressing those questions in today's episode. Before I do that, I just want to give a little disclaimer and remind all of you that I am not a professional medical healthcare expert. So if you are having a serious problem with your mental health, then you are invited to consult a professional at any time. I'm just a body and brain instructor and practitioner, and what I want to share with you is tips and tools and principles that I have used over the last 20 years and that I've shared with many of my students who have been working on developing the mind-body connection and improving their emotional management through the mind-body exercises. So that's what we're going to talk about today. Let me share first the two questions that I received that I'll be addressing. The first one came from SoCal Joe, who asked, please include various methods to reprogram our subconscious mind to be less reactive to emotionally charged interactions with others so that we can choose wiser options in those moments when it matters most. Okay, thank you so much. I totally understand. And the other one came from Charlene Dazzles, who said, if I'm going to a meeting or conversation that I know will be filled with negative emotions and anger directed at me, is there a way to prepare for such an exchange that will make it less toxic? In the past, I have surrounded myself with light for protection, but I'm wondering if you have any other suggestions. Okay, thank you both. So actually the suggestion that I have sort of answers both of your questions. And it's perfect timing because I wanted to bring up today the method that I would like to use as the central method for working with emotions. This is not the only exercise, and I may be bringing up more exercises as we go along, but this is definitely the basic of all of it. This is the very simple method and tool that helped me dramatically, and I feel like it's the starting point for emotional management. So let me explain. Today I want to introduce to you the exercise of Danjan tapping. So for those of you who are not body and brain practitioners and don't know what I'm talking about when I use the word Danjan, I want to explain what a Danjan is. So Dan, this word Dan means life force, energy force, and Jan is this field, this energy field. So the field where the life force gathers. So when we use the word Danjan, we're often talking about our lower Danjan. The lower Danjan is located about 2 inches below the belly button. It's a field of energy. A lot of times people experience emptiness inside of this field because we deplete this energy field as we live our lives. As we're busy and we're not focusing on our bodies, we're not always focusing on what we eat or how we eat. We don't always pay attention to the depth of our breathing. So we are not usually re-energizing this field, but instead, as we go along with our thoughts and our emotions and our stressful lives, we're depleting this energy center, this lower energy center. So what happens when we do that is that the lower energy center of your body becomes weakened. And it's like an anchor is missing in your energy field. So all of the energy tends to rise up to your chest and up to your head. So this creates a lot of emotions, excessive emotions in your chest, and a lot of busy energy and thinking in your head, both of which feel hard to control and hard to manage. So if we go back to what we talked about last week, that emotions are just energy, then we need to take a look at how our energy system is perhaps out of balance when we are experiencing strong emotions. it's very useful tip to try to simply bring your energy back into balance rather than fighting with the emotion or hating that emotion or being upset that you have the emotion or frustrated that you don't know what to do with the emotion or thinking that you are somehow a bad person or wrong in some way because you have the emotion, which is usually the spiral that we spin into. For me, it was an amazing realization to discover that my emotions are actually just energy and they can be managed through energy exercises. So that's why I want to share with you Danjan tapping. First, you need to find the location of your own Danjan. So you can place your finger on your belly button and then 2 inches below the belly button is the point of your Danjan energy center. And that area we are going to tap. So you're going to take fists, firm fists, strong fists, and with the pinky side of your fist, you're going to just tap on that lower energy center. And keep your shoulders nice and relaxed and your spine straight. And you can do this along with me if you're able to. Keep your chin down a little. You don't want your chin floating up and your shoulders curving. You want to keep everything straight and just keep steadily and rhythmically tapping on that lower energy center. And now you can exhale gently through your mouth to keep quieting your thoughts, relaxing your mind, relaxing your chest and shoulders with every exhale. Good. As you do that, I want you to just get a feeling for the sensation in your lower abdomen. Start there. Feel some vibration in your abdomen. You might even feel that vibration spreading through your abdomen into your back. Keep breathing out. Any thoughts, any doubts, any stress, anything on your mind, just relax and exhale and bring your awareness back to the sensation in your lower abdomen. So you can do this repeatedly. To start with, I recommend about 5 minutes, but you can increase that to 10 minutes or 20 minutes. And when you finish, you can rub your abdomen clockwise and try to feel some warmth, some comfortable sensation in your abdomen. So it's a very simple exercise, but it's very powerful. Again, what it does is it starts to fill up that lower energy center. So it can become like a weight, like an anchor in your body, and start to pull the emotional energy down out of your chest. Or the frantic, worried, busy, negative thoughts in your head, it pulls that energy down. And your lower energy center is a very neutral place. What do I mean when I say that? When your energy is all focused up in your head, it's very active. It's very fast-moving, busy energy, a lot of thoughts that keep moving from this or that, doubting, it's good, it's bad, it's right, it's wrong. It's like an information library up there. It's very active and very fast energy. It's very hard to quiet your mind from your mind. You have to calm down if you want to quiet your mind. And then your middle energy center, your heart area, this is like a roller coaster. So there's also a lot of up and down. It's a little bit slower, but you might feel happy for a day, for a while, and then suddenly you feel sad. You might love somebody for a little while, and suddenly those feelings turn into not loving feelings. And it goes up and down like this. It's like waves. This is very natural. This is a natural phenomenon of our upper energy center and our middle energy center. But the problem is we're centered there. So when we're emotional, we put our attention here and we just keep following those emotions. And as SoCalJo said, we keep reacting to those emotions. So before I go deeper into the principles of your emotional well-being, I want you to get this exercise as a regular habit for yourself. I highly recommend that because you need to train the energy to come down before you can examine yourself any further. If you try to examine yourself while your energy is busy in your head, you're only going to be utilizing judgments and analyzing and calculating. And we cannot find the answer through that. We cannot find comfort about our emotions through that process. We'll just endlessly keep fighting and warring with those judgments. Same when our energy's stuck here, it just keeps flip-flopping from a positive emotion to a negative emotion. We feel like we come up out of the wave for a moment and then we're pulled back under by another emotion, and we don't know how to stop this. So we can't stop it when we are riding on these waves. We need to ground our energy. We need to bring it all the way down to our lower energy center. This area is very neutral. There is not a lot of fast vibration there. It's very neutral, accepting energy center in our body, which means when you really can get centered in that place, you feel the feeling of acceptance naturally without having to understand why you should accept the emotion or not, judging, doubting. You just feel the sensation of acceptance in your body energetically. That's what we are going for here. So long ago when I first started this exercise, I began doing it very regularly because I was having a lot of struggles with emotions and I was influenced by other people's energy and emotions a lot. I was very, very sensitive and I didn't realize it. So I would always be reacting and resisting and falling down into these emotional holes because of that sensitivity. So I was recommended to tap my danjan, as I just showed you, 3,000 times in a day. Now that's a really big ask. I can't ask that of you. I can only share that that's something that I did. I recommend 5 minutes as a way to start feeling that area of your body. 3,000 times in a day creates a strong sensation there. Time-wise, it takes about 20 minutes, 20 to 30 minutes. But I did it very diligently because I was sort of desperate at that moment of my life. I did it very diligently and consistently every day for about 3 months. And I had a total awakening about emotions and energy. I felt like I had just been cruising through a jungle or something like that with branches and things hitting me all the time, feeling out of control. And then somebody just helped me find my seatbelt. So I felt more stable. Suddenly I felt much more stabilized and in control, and I had awareness that these were just things flying by me. These emotions were just hitting me, but then they would pass. They would eventually just pass as long as I held on to my center. Prior to that experience, I couldn't feel my center at all. And I think this is one of the biggest reasons why we struggle with emotions so much is because we can't find our center. We don't know where it is. Generally, we're not educated about how to find it. So this is what we do here in Body and Brain, educating you to help you find your energetic center in your body. So again, it's about 2 inches below the belly button in your lower abdomen. We call it the danjan. And I want to recommend that you do danjan tapping with exhaling through your mouth for 5 minutes to 20 minutes a day to start to experience what I'm talking about here. Now, both questioners have asked, what do you do when you're in a situation that's really difficult or when you're going into a meeting where people are angry with you? Well, the way to use this tool for that situation would be, first of all, practice on a regular basis so you get a good feel of how to ground yourself. So you can hold on to that feeling better when you meet those critical moments. Second of all, you can do this exercise right before you go into that meeting or that encounter. You could do it in your car, or you could do it in the bathroom, or you could do it in your room before you come out to meet someone. You can always do it before and immediately after you have a negative encounter. When you do it before, that's going to help you get grounded in your body a little bit more. Again, this is not even analyzing any emotions or understanding why you get upset or why it's difficult or why this other person might be attacking you in some way. We don't even have to look at that yet. First, just get yourself in your center. Get grounded energetically. If your energy's all up here, it's kind of a losing battle from the beginning. So you need to get yourself grounded energetically before, and then immediately after, you can repeat the exercise again, about 5 to 20 minutes, depending on how much time you have or your comfortability with the exercise, because that's going to help you sort of clean yourself and cool off and wind down any energies that have riled up into your chest and head during that interaction. It's going to help you ground them again. So this is my recommendation. Please give it a try. Again, doing it consistently on a daily basis and trying it before you enter into a negative situation, and again, after the negative situation when you have time to be alone and to cool yourself down. And I believe that you will find it to be a very useful way to bring yourself back into a more relaxed state. So this is my method that I want to share with you today, my first method, and I will be revisiting it a lot because it's an excellent tool, and it's one that the more you practice it, the more benefits you receive. And I am a person who is a big believer in the basics. So this is one of the most basic and fundamental exercises of body and brain yoga that has been used for years and years and years with thousands of practitioners getting benefit in how to manage their energy and how to manage their emotion. So please give it a try. Thank you for tuning in today, and feel free to like my video today and share in the comment any experience you have with Danjan tapping. And if you would like a further explanation of it, you can visit my blog at daniellegaudette.com, and there's a video section, and if you scroll down you'll find the video on Danjan tapping where I explain about it more thoroughly and take you through it. So thank you again for tuning in. I look forward to seeing you next time. Have a great day. Bye-bye.